So I wanted to show you my new purchase that I got. I've been wanting this for a while. It's of course a Ruger American, and it's the Ranch rifle, and it's in 5.56. So I took this little scope right here off of one of my other guns and put it on here with some weaver rings. Unfortunately, these are a little bit shiny, so I may have to dull those down or switch the rings out. And the reason I say that is this is going to be a new backup gun for hunting. And couple of reasons that I got it. One, it's in 5.56. So right now on the market, the availability and the price for that ammo is pretty good compared to just say a 308, which is another common one that you can actually find the ammo for, but the price is quite a bit more, especially if you're just looking for some target rounds. So anyway, I got this sub 5 beans. I put this flash hider on here. The reason that's on there is it accepts my suppressor. So if I want to suppress this, I can just quickly screw it on. Otherwise, I probably would have just left it plain. But in case I want to throw the suppressor on here and shoot it some, I've got the quick attach ability now. .56 NATO, which means, 223 or just the 5.56. It doesn't matter. And the scope is just a little 3x9x32, although it does have a throw lever on there, and it has illuminated reticle as well. But the scope is I think a Monstrum scope. It's just enough to get me sighted in for the day, and it'll be ready to roll after that. So I've already put the bore sighter in there and bore sighted it with the laser. But other than that, that's it. Oh, it does take the I think I left my magazines at the house, unless they're not in the case. But being the wannabe Boy Scout I am, I actually have some magazines in one of my bags that'll fit. These are the regular AR type mags, and they're the Magpul. I got a couple of 10 rounders in my bag, so that'll work out perfect. Not sure why the mags are not in the case that this gun was in. Just an oversight on my part. I must have taken them out for some reason. But anyway, this is my new gun. I haven't even taken the stickers off. I may not. I may just leave them on there. That's my red and white camouflage. But anyway, I'm going to start off shooting at a 25-yard target, which is right there. And I'll see where I'm hitting and make adjustments as needed. So we'll go from there. Alright, I forgot to turn this camera on, and if you look in the upper left hand corner at that dot, that was my first shot. But surprisingly, I was shooting at the center dot, not that upper left. So I've made an adjustment on the scope. I'm going to see what we can get with that. With this being a fixed parallax, when I zoom in on this target, it gets blurry. So I can't zoom in all the way. But anyway, I'm about to shoot my second round, and like I said, I've already made an adjustment. Not being in a vise, I don't know how steady I could hold it moving the crosshairs to that shot, but we'll see what happens. And again, that was the very first shot out of this gun. All right, let's see what happens next. All right, I'm going to try shooting maybe the lower left dot. We'll see. The center dot has the first 4 shots in it, and then the last shot was in the center. So I'm going to try and shoot one of the smaller dots, lower left, and just 4 rounds and see where it's at. All right, I'll give you some of the issues I'm having. It's the scope, first and foremost. I cannot zoom it in to 9. It goes just blurry as anything. I can work on adjusting the back of it, and that can bring it in focus, but then I can't see my crosshairs. So I don't know what's wrong with the scope. But I'll go ahead. I'm going to shoot 3 rounds at the bottom right target. That's at 75 yards right there, just to see what I can do. I can't zoom in past 5.5 or 6. That's as far as I can get it to zoom in. So we'll just see what it does. So my 3-shot group here at 75 yards. Sorry about the black fingernail. I was trying to aim here as best I could. I can't see a whole lot. This is a 1/2-inch dot at 75 yards. So it's hitting it's hitting 2 inches high. That one's a little high left, but right there's about where it's hitting when point of aim is right here. I would move it on back to 100 yards. I may put a bigger target on there so I can see it. But that's what you run into when you buy cheap scopes. So anyway, I need to get me a decent scope for this gun and sight it in with that. But right now, that's what I've got with this scope that I can only get up to about 5 power on. So we'll go from there. Alright, that's my 1.5-inch red dot at 100 yards. I'm going to shoot with the Ruger American. Again, at 75 yards, it was about 1 inch high. So we'll just see what it does at 100. I will not be able to see my hits. I cannot zoom in past 5 power. So I'm just going to do a 3-shot group, and then I'll have to walk down here and come look at it. So bear with me. I've got to walk back to the table. I'm about 40 yards away from the table. So we'll see what it does. The camera's probably 60 yards from the target. Alright, we got 100 yards now with a scope that I can't zoom in with. Alright, so my point of aim was here. I've hit here, here, and here. And like I said, I'm not getting a clear picture of the target. I just tried to center it up like that. Just tried to get it centered this way and hope for the best, but it is definitely shooting high at 100 yards. And to be honest, I am not going to try and adjust it because the scope is trash. I've got to fix that issue. Matter of fact, right now, in my opinion, the gun is not usable with that optic on there. So I'm going to grab this target, move it back up. What I may do is put a water bottle at 75 yards and shoot it. And that way I can get a little bit of enjoyment out of this sight-in trip. Alright, so what I've got here, back out just a little bit, there we go. I've got a bottle at 30, which is, let's see if I can get my finger up there to point it out. Alright, right there, that's 30. Then the next one is at 50, and then I got one at 75. There. We'll leave it right there. So what I've been shooting is a green tip, 62 grain. And I got to thinking about it. I bet you if I shot one of those bottles, it'd just zip through it and it wouldn't explode, and then I'd be bummed. So I have some Federal hunting ammo that is also 62 grain. So I just put 3 rounds in, and then I've got the 5 green tip I have left below those. But right now we're going to try and shoot the bottles with the Federal ammo. And again, this is with the scope that is trash, and I'm just seeing if I can hit something between 30 and 75 yards with it. First one up, 30 yards. Yards. $75. I was afraid of that. There's a big ant mound right in front of it. I can only see the top of it. Oh well, I'm wasting bullets. Let me go down there and move that where I can see it. So there is a hole in that bottle, and it's in the neck right below the orange cap, and it's on, like say I think the right side. Let me see if I can get this camera adjusted. There, all right. So you see that ant mound just to the immediate left? That blocked the whole view except for the orange cap and about 1 inch of the neck. So there is a hole through the neck, and that's more than likely with one of those green tips. So I've got, I think, 3 more green tips in the magazine. I'm going to shoot them at it. I don't think it'll explode, but I may can punch some holes in it with it. All right, fire in the hole. There went 1 hole. There went another hole. Last round, I'm going to aim right at the base of it. So as far as it being on at 50 yards, it's good. But like I said, the scope is crap, so I'll have to get a new one on there pretty soon. Anyway, that's it for the Ruger American Ranch in 5.56.